Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Harmon, and today we're going to continue to dive into word problems with unknowns. So, I pulled one of the word problems from your assignment today, and we're going to try to solve it together. And we're going to use the 3-read protocol to start with. So, we're going to read through this word problem 3 times and pull different information each time. Okay, you ready to get started? Excellent. Oh, and also at the end, what we want to have is one subtraction equation from this word problem and one addition equation. So let's go. It says, Mr. Lai had 17 erasers. He gave 11 to Mrs. Siggins. So what is this story about? Is it about eating ice cream? Or dogs? No, it's not? Okay. You tell me what it's about then. Okay. Uh-huh. Erasers, you say? Okay, I could take that. It does say Mr. Lai has had 17 erasers. And then he gave 11 to Mrs. Siggins. So what this is telling me is that Mr. Lai had some erasers and gave some away. All right. So we got that part down. Let's go on to the next part. What are the quantities and units? What are quantities? Quantities. That's like an amount. It's like a number. Quantities are the numbers that we see in this word problem, this math story. Okay. What do you see? What numbers? Oh, okay. And yes, 17 and 11. You're right. Those are the quantities. But what are the units? What is it that we're talking about? 17 what? Penguins? Yeah, I don't think it's penguins either. Okay. 17. Oh, you're saying erasers. Oh, yes, yeah. That would make sense. The units are erasers. Okay, let's go on to the next part. What questions could you ask? Let's read it again. It says, Mr. Lai had 17 erasers. He gave 11 to Mrs. Siggins. Well, we could ask why he gave 11. We could ask, what else? What do you think? Okay. He had 17. He gave 11. Now he has, wait, do we know how many he has now? Wait, it doesn't tell us that. What's a question we could ask? Yes. How many does he have now? Let's ask that question. How many erasers does Mr. Lai have now? Great job. All right, so we know some information from this story. We know what the story is about. It's not cats. We know the quantities, the numbers, and the units, what the numbers represent. And we came up with a math question. Let's fill it in. The story's about, that's right, Mr. Lie's erasers. That he shares erasers. It's about erasers. Yep. Quantities and units, you say? Well, he has 17 and he gives away 11. So the quantities are 17 and 11. And the units are, yes, erasers. He had 17 erasers and then he gave away 11. And for the last one, what was the math question we wanted to ask? Do you remember? Yeah. We wanted to ask, how many erasers does Mr. Lie have now? All right. So, with this information that we've organized, we need to figure out a way to solve this problem. We also need to come up with an addition equation and a subtraction equation. So, how do we solve it? I want you to take some time to think about how you would solve this and then draw. A good place to start, if you're not sure, is to draw out the amounts. If we go back to the previous screen, remember there were 17 erasers and 11 erasers that he gave away. So think about how you can organize these into equations. I'm going to give you some time. Okay? I'll set my timer for 1 minute. When you hear the noise go off, you'll know it's been 1 minute. Almost halfway done. Are you still thinking? Have you started drawing? Good. Keep going. All right. So that was just a minute. I know that you may need some more time to draw. So if you need to pause before going on to the next slide, that is fine too. But if you're ready, let's go. So this is just an example of what you could do. We have the subtraction equation, 17 minus 11 equals question mark. That stands for the unknown. Below it, we have 17 erasers total written on top in blue, and we've crossed out 11 of those 17. The numbers that are in green are how many we have left. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many erasers does Mr. Lie have left? 6 erasers left. So 17 minus 11 equals 6. That's right. And just to double check, let's do an addition equation too. I did this one second because it was a little trickier to do. But maybe you found that the addition equation was easier to do first, and that's okay too. So We have 11 plus unknown, the question mark, equals 17. We know that Mr. Lie doesn't end up with 17, but that's how many he starts with. So, in our picture below, we have 11 racers, and the numbers are in blue up to 11. And then we have a green box with some dots that end in 17. That represents the unknown. We don't know how many go there, but we know we have to stop at 17. One way we can figure this out is counting on from 11. Did you think of that too? Gosh, you're so smart. I knew you'd think of that. All right, let's start from 11 and stop when we get to 17. I want you to use your fingers, okay? Count with me. So we have 11. Then you're putting up your finger. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Stop. How many fingers are you holding up? Are you holding up 6? Great. I'm holding up 6 too. 11 plus 6 equals 17. So we know that Mr. Lie has 6 erasers left. Great job. We've come up with our addition equation and our subtraction equation that we need for our assignment, and we've shown our work using a drawing. If you have any questions, please reach out to your teacher. Good luck on your assignment, and talk to you later. All right, bye.